here because you have your own clapper. So Eric, you're with Easy Drinking, right? And explain to me what Easy Drinking is and what we'll be drinking tonight on our sipping off the cuff with you.
All right, great. So Easy Drinking is the blog that I've created where I write primarily about spirits, but beverages that I like to enjoy. So that's the idea. Looking for things that are easy to drink, that are really high quality. So my primary interest is in spirits, but I also write a little bit about wine and beer, and then specialty coffee as well, when I find stuff that's interesting.
Yeah, they're really the only thing that tequila drinkers are more passionate about than their tequila. It's their coffee. I gotta tell you, man. Flavored coffee, regular coffee. I've been to a coffee plantation in Costa Rica. So that I think it's another, but it's a whole other animal too. It's just
It is.
all of those. Do you write any books? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah. So I have. I've done a few different books. So I wrote a book. Well, I technically compiled since there's only a small portion that's originally written. But I put together a book called The World Guide to Whiskey Distilleries. And it was a project that Bill Owens of the American Distilling Institute hired me to do. And at the time, this was, this was 2011, 2012. He wanted me to put together a book about all the whiskey distilleries in the world, where they are, and what they were making.
Wow.
Now, Jim Murray has his whiskey Bible, and there are lots of other books about particular whiskeys. But the thing that he was looking for was to know about the distilleries themselves, not just the whiskeys that they make. So that was the first book that I worked on, and it was a lot of fun. I learned a lot about whiskey around the world. I found out that India produces and consumes a huge amount of whiskey. A lot of it the U.S. wouldn't legally call whiskey because there's a lot of sugarcane distillate and mixed in with it. So that was really interesting. So I did that, and then I edited a few other books, a couple of books about gin, a book about rum as well, and I have a few other book projects that I'm currently working.
I think yesterday I saw Ana Valenzuela had a few of your books. I'm not sure if you two have communicated in the past. She's a wonderful resource, really cool gal, very outspoken about the tequila and mezcal industry, and living in Belgium. Who knew?
Yeah. So I read her book, the
which one?
Sociocultural. The sociocultural book about tequila. Mm-hmm. I can't remember the full title, but anyway, I read that book. I really enjoyed it, so I reached out to her, and she had asked to get a couple of copies of the books that ADI publishes, so I sent her a couple.
Excellent.
And
she's enjoying them, in case you haven't noticed.
Yeah.
So tell me what we're gonna be drinking. Well, first, before we go there, let me ask you, why did you want to throw your hat in the ring for our tequila tryouts?
Right. So one of the reasons why I wanted to connect with you and to maybe do some of these sipping off the cuff videos with you is so I really enjoy tequila. It's a spirit that I'm actively trying to learn more about, and in my experience, one of the best ways to learn about it is to just drink it and to think about it and to talk to other people who know about it while they're drinking it too. So the format of this the tasting was something that I really enjoyed watching, and so when I saw on your website that you were looking for other people, I was like, why not? So
we're glad you threw your hat in the ring. What the heck? I don't get to talk to too many whiskey guys. When we do these, As a matter of fact, I've said it before that Alex, my partner in California, he started with wine, so he has a much wider palate than I did. And to me, it was just we grew up with rum in the house because of where my folks were from, but
yeah.
primarily, I cut my teeth like everybody else, drinking mixto, and then, having a bad experience, but that didn't deter me, and one thing led to another, and here we are 17, 18 years later, trying out with a whole new audience. And what did you want to taste? What did you want to walk me through tonight or today?
So tonight what I brought to try is a Cimarron Blanco Tequila.
I have been dying to try to taste that. I can't get anybody to send samples to us. I hear a lot of good things about it. So go right ahead. Walk me through it.
Yeah. So I'll pour myself a fresh glass here. And so I think
what kind of glassware are you using?
I have a Glencairn here. I'm using.
Good man.
Yeah. So it's a 40% ABV, 100% blue agave tequila. It's made by the same distillery that produces a few others. T1 is another tequila that I know that you've reviewed, and
we've had him on with us extensively. We spent a good evening with him, and we've got a whole video library on his T1.
Yeah, I watched those, and then Fuente Seca. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it rolls off your tongue a lot better than mine. So this is a Blanco. They also make a Reposado in this as well. But in my area in San Francisco, this is a great value tequila. It's depending on where you can get it, anywhere from $17 to $20 for a liter.
Wow, for a liter? That's a liter bottle you have? Wow.
Yeah, it's a liter. Yeah. So I think it's primarily geared towards the sort of cocktail and maybe well sort of tequila for some higher end cocktail bars. And the thing that's nice about it is it's got a really great I would say a classic kind of Blanco tequila nose. There's a lot of really nice kind of green notes in there, but it's also got some nice fruit as well. There's like some overripe pineapple, I would say, in there as well. And there's this greenness to it. It's got a little bit of earth and some minerals, and then the alcohol is there, but it's definitely not harsh or overpowering in any way. So. And the first thing you notice when you try it is just super clean. So it's not
when you say clean, is it peppery, or is it just fruity, or does the nose deliver on the intake?
So there's some pepper, there's a little bit of sweetness. There's nothing that really stands out in terms of any funkiness or anything like that. There's some spice, like some cumin, light, a little bit of like a vegetal kind of flavor, but it's not overly strong like flavor. It's really kind of mild, but really pleasant, really well balanced. And then on the finish. The finish is actually, I would say, probably a little short compared to some other Blancos that I've had. But there's no residual like heat or harshness to it. It's really smooth and just a really nice tequila. I've made lots of margaritas with it. Works fantastic.
Do you think that's probably the reason that they distilled it the way they did? That they had kind of dumbed it down for the American palate, maybe, or for the cocktail, for the cocktail culture.
Yeah, I think this is primarily designed for cocktails, and because in a margarita, it actually shines really well. That slight fruitiness that I described of like a kind of overripe pineapple really actually pairs really well with like the lime juice and the simple syrup that you might use or whatever to make your margarita. So it actually works really well. Even though sipping it neat, it seems not as complex or strongly flavored as other blancos that I've had in the past. It actually shines really well in a cocktail, which was surprising.
It sounds surprising because of the way you're describing it, the flavor notes and the aroma. It doesn't. It does, initially it doesn't sound like it would do that, and yet you're very consistent with what I've heard of it in the past. I've heard a lot of great things about it, especially here in Texas. Because a lot of the restaurants, there's more Mexican restaurant. Well, it's like San Francisco. You can throw a rock and hit a Mexican restaurant. So it seems to be a great well tequila. I guess for the price. That's the one thing I've also heard. The price and the flavor profile make it an extreme value.
Yeah. And one of the things that I thought is if you're the type of person who likes to do shots of tequila, this would be perfect for that because there's no like heat on the back end. It's really smooth and the finish is short, and so you would just throw it down and no lime or salt required.
Yeah, the lime and salt would be just a formality, right?
Yeah.
They would be props.
Yeah, exactly.
My understanding is that, if I'm not mistaken, I think that Haas Brothers carries that Cimarron, and that would be, I think Jake Lustig is responsible for bringing that to market, I believe.
So it's imported by the Haas Brothers here in San Francisco.
Okay.
So they're bringing this in, and they're also bringing Reposado in, which is I think about $5 more per liter.
They're probably very comparable in pricing.
Yeah.
Would you say that they're out there to compete with the Casadores and it was there to compete in that market, in that segment, even Cuervo for that matter, because I think Tradicional is priced along that line as well.
I would say it's definitely in the vein of competing with some higher quality 100% blue agave, but designed for the cocktail bar sort of use primarily rather than just sipping neat. So I think it's a really great value tequila. Great to have on hand if you're gonna have a party and make some margaritas or whatever. Not gonna be. But not going to be my primary go-to when I want a really nice Blanco to sit with and contemplate on it for a while.
Excellent. So hey, it is what it is. It sounds like they accomplished everything that they set out to do with that, with that brand. Anything else you want to add to it before we sign off here for our tequila tryout, sipping off the cuff with Eric Zandona of Easy Drinking, right? Is it easydrinking.com? Is that the
Yep. Easydrinking.com is my blog. And no, I don't have anything else to say about it. I think it's pretty straightforward. It's a high quality product for a great price, and if you want to make some drinks, it's something. If it's in your area, grab a bottle.
Yeah, perfect for the holiday season, right? So
yeah.
Eric, thanks again for throwing your hat in the ring. All of our folks who have tried out will be seeing their videos this month. As a matter of fact, right after we hang up, you're going into post-production. So thanks for hanging in there, man. I appreciate it. We had a lot of problems with Skype, but we will, when it all appears, Make sure you tweet about it and let your friends know and vote and all that stuff and have some fun with it because we had fun. Thank you so much for breaking that down for us because I've been dying to try it and I've still not been able to get a bottle. All my other friends and people in the business have gotten it, so I'm glad to hear from you that it's the reviews have been very, very consistent. So I think Haas Brothers and the folks at Cimarron and Jake Lustig, they should be very happy with their product because it's accomplishing what they're setting out to do. You're Eric in San Francisco, and I'm Mike Morales here in San Antonio. You've been watching a special Sipping Off the Cuff. This is Tequila Tryouts. Watch for Eric, easydrinking.com on his blog. Thanks again for coming by, Eric. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care. We'll be talking soon, okay?
All right. Bye-bye.